Now on CoastTV News.
After weeks of no leader, the U.S. House has elected a new speaker.
Well, thanks to the sunshine, we're going to trend upwards and we'll have 80s in October, but then the temperatures are going to go bonkers for next week. I'll show you what I mean by that.
Parking in Rehoboth Beach, how locals reacting to the city's decision to eliminate change machines.
And a volunteer packing a box of brand new clothes for children in Sussex County. How this local organization is helping those who need it the most.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
After weeks of limbo, the House has a new speaker. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the House electing that new speaker.
The House of Representatives, this new speaker, they're finally ready to get back onto the urgent business that's been on hold for more than 3 weeks. Speaker Mike Johnson of Louisiana, the first from that state to now serve in that role. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how Johnson won support from all Republicans in today's vote to clinch the speaker's gavel.
As duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
A break in the logjam at last as House Republicans finally unite to elect a new Speaker, Mike Johnson of Louisiana.
The challenge before us is great, but the time for action is now, and I will not let you down.
The decision that fell entirely along party lines means the House can move ahead with urgent business after 3 weeks of speakerless paralysis. Known as a staunch conservative, Speaker Johnson was elected to Congress in 2016 and was previously fifth-ranked in House GOP leadership. Having never chaired a full committee, he is the least experienced speaker in modern history, but is well-liked among his Republican colleagues.
He has united all of our members to speak clearly and boldly on behalf of the American people. A friend to all and an enemy to none.
Personal animus helped topple Kevin McCarthy from the Speaker's job and torpedo the runs of the past 3 nominees. Former President Trump's influence, a major factor. He came out strongly for Johnson.
He's smart, he's sharp, he's going to be fantastic.
But Democrats who all voted for Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries criticized Johnson as an architect of Mr. Trump's legal efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
House Democrats believe that when members of this body voted to reject the results of the 2020 election, they forfeited their ability to lead this chamber.
Speaker Johnson now faces the true work of governing with pressing issues on the line. Funding for Israel and for Ukraine. He has opposed the latter and a race to prevent a government shutdown next month. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Speaker Johnson talked a lot about restoring the American public's faith in Congress. He promised to stand for integrity and be a good steward of taxpayer dollars. And he sent a message to enemies of freedom around the world that the People's House is back in business. Now that there is a new Speaker of the House, who exactly is Mike Johnson? The Louisiana Republican first elected in 2016. He's been a vocal supporter of former President Trump and a key congressional figure in those failed efforts to overturn the 2020 election. In traffic news, DelDOT says Plantation Road in Lewis will be closed from Shady Road just west of Salt Marsh Boulevard, including access to the Route 9 intersection. Drivers should expect delays in the area and follow detours. The agency says the project will require a 6-month closure. That starts on November 6th.
Would you like to enjoy some coffee while enjoying the company of members of the Georgetown Police Department? Well, tomorrow on Thursday, October 26th, the Georgetown Police Department will host a morning of conversation and coffee from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The event will be held at the College Park Lane Starbucks in Georgetown.
As we take a live look right now into the 45th Street Tap House, Hershey's Exteriors camera, a beautiful day outside, and our first alert, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. He loves being the good guy this week.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be the good guy, the hero, the guy that everybody loves this week. And then next week, I'm going to be like Thanos. We're going to go back to freezing. Yeah, you heard me right. freezing. But first of all, today we got up to 75 degrees, which actually is only about 6 degrees away from tying the record high set for this date. Right now we're at 72 with the winds right now out of the south. And as far as the forecast is concerned, we're going to stay in the 60s for tonight, thanks to the cloud cover that's going to slow down our regression for this evening. So we're going to drop to 60 degrees by 9 o'clock in the evening. Live radar is very clear at this present time, but we're just seeing a little hint of some cloud cover here and there, particularly sweeping in out of most southern portions of Pennsylvania. So what's happening with us is we've had observed highs in the 60s for Saturday, Sunday, but notice how we're trending upward. 69 for Tuesday, which is well above the norm for this time of the year, 75 for today, and then we're going to click over into the 80s in October. That's crazy. But as soon, I want you to go out and enjoy this weekend, because after this weekend, we are going to be watching out for a hard freeze to hit us by next week. But as far as where we are right now, listen, we're staying relatively mild. Look, we'll dip to 60 degrees and 57 for tonight with scattered cloud cover. But we're going to talk about the crazy summer-like conditions this weekend and the turnaround, which is going to be more like winter time going into next week. Maddie?
Paul, thank you. If your thumb is a little less than green, that's me for sure, your garden could be talking about you. A new study shows plants warn each other about danger. Yeah, neighboring plants pick up on those chemicals and activate defenses. This information could help farmers better protect their plants against insect invaders and drought forecasts. The Rehoboth Beach Parking Department originally reported the city was down parking revenue compared to last summer, but this is new. The city told Coast TV it miscalculated that number, and they actually made more parking revenue this summer. The city says they're looking to remove one of the 2 change machines that they use instead of paying money for repairs, because they see less and less people paying for parking with coins each year. According to the city of Rehoboth, it made about $125,000 in coins at the meters. Now, one man says he's all for the revenue and agrees with the city's decision to get rid of those change machines.
It used to be, back when it was the old-fashioned meters, we would probably go through maybe 4 or 5 rolls of quarters a day for people asking for change. I have not had anybody ask for quarters in probably 2 years.
The city told Coast TV they often see people putting the wrong license plate number into the meter system. So by changing the way the meters work, it could reduce the citation cost in half for first-time offenders.
And this brings us to our Coast TV News poll. We want to know, how do you pay for parking? Let's take a look at the results.
I look at your screen. 44% say credit card, 12% say Apple Pay. I didn't even know that was a thing. 0% say cash, 14% say coins. 30% are the people who we know who will just drive around and look for the free parking. What do you do, Charlie?
I use the app.
You're the app person?
It's definitely the way I pay.
Well, I like coins. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really enjoy the coins.
I never, ever, ever have cash on me or coins, so it's never an option. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttvnews.com, or you can use our mobile app.
Well, Clothing Our Kids is a local nonprofit organization in Sussex County. It says it's been helping more children due to a rise in poverty in the area. Teachers, nurses, or counselors, they place the orders. Then the charity has 120 volunteers who go out and buy new clothes, prepare the orders, and deliver them to the school.
We can give the children the resource, this being the clothes, necessary to have a positive attitude going to school, to have a positive attitude by staying in school. If they have soiled clothes, or if they have to wear the same clothes every day, there's more chance of them being bullied in the school. We don't want that to happen.
If you know a child from Head Start, elementary, or middle school who needs new clothes, Clothing Our Kids urges you, please contact the child's school so they can put in the order.
Still to come, providing food donations for those in need, what a new report shows about food insecurity for families with children.
And as we take a look at our sunrise yoga cast, I want to remind you that, listen, temps are going to be nice for now, but we're looking for a frosty start to kick in for us on next week, like real freezing temperatures.
But first, going to college in the U.S., how many student loan bills the Department of Education says are reported to be incorrect? That's up next.
Fall in love with Lewis.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
Biblion and the Vintage Underground, your analog respites in a digital world. Books, vinyl, vintage clothing, and more. Open daily.
Eclectic style, estate jewelry, furniture, art. A curated collection to inspire.
Beautiful Nassau Valley Vineyards, the perfect place for tours, tastings, and impeccable events. Award-winning Delaware wines for 29 years.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewis.
When it comes to building your new home, don't settle for anything less than the best. Bay to Beach Builders is your trusted source for experience, quality, and design. Our team of experts work with you from start to finish to create your dream home. Expect an elevated customer experience with home visualizers, virtual home tours, and technology-inspired selections in our design studios. Visit one of our 2 convenient locations in Greenwood and Ocean View, or visit baytobeachbuilders.com. Your new home journey is a click away.
What's lurking around the corner at Pohanka Kia of Salisbury's monster sale? Shockingly low payments on new Sorrentos for $299 a month. Or debt financing as low as 0.9% on new EV6 and Nero electric vehicles and 2.9% on Forte and Soul. During Pohanka Kia's monster sale, we want your old vehicle and we'll pay you more than you imagined. Don't be left in the dark. Go head to the monster sale at Pohanka Kia of Salisbury.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Bryce Bryan with East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air. We'd like to take a minute to thank you, Delmarva.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For 10 years of business, whether it's plumbing, heating, air conditioning, or kitchen and bathroom remodeling, we have proudly served over 50,000 homes in the area, making us Delmarva's top service provider. So from all of us at East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delmarva.
Pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
If you have federal student loans, you might want to check your account. About 305,000 borrowers have been told the wrong amount to pay. That includes people seeing numbers higher than what they owe each month. The Department of Education says it's working with servicers to fix the problem. To check your loan, you can use the simulator at studentaid.gov.
New today, food insecurity grew for families with children in 2022. According to a report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 3.3 million households with kids faced food insecurity last year. Experts point to the loss of pandemic assistance as a contributing factor behind the changes in that food insecurity.
The Environmental Protection Agency wants to ban a harmful chemical often found in drinking water, commonly called TCE. It's up to 18% of U.S. drinking water. That's how much it's in, according to federal data. It's linked to health concerns like cancer and liver disease. The agency says TCE poses an unreasonable risk to human health and adds there are safer chemical alternatives available.
The gorgeous sunshine will stick around and eventually bring summer temps back in style before the weekend is done.
Est-ce que vous connaissez visiter docteur régulièrement capable d'aider vous avec conditions santé comme tension, sucre, ça relève diabète là.
Ou capable prendre avantage des dépistages importants tant que cancer capable de des détections et des traitements bonheur.
Docteur primaire capable d'aider à jouer avec tout vaccin C'est pour nous contrôler santé et empêcher maladies sérieuses avant de commencer. Après trop de temps, quitter community behavioral health aider aux joindre un docteur famille et puis prendre première étape pour une plus bonne santé.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
In sunshine or storms, our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
Fall in love with Lewis.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
The Brush Factory is the area's premier destination for the unique and unusual for home, garden, and you. Come support our 60-plus local merchants and artists.
Indulge in the flavors of the season. Fresh seafood, local produce, and aged prime Angus beef. Harvest-Tide Restaurant over the bridge in Lewis.
Cape May Lewis Ferry is sailing daily year-round and is ready to welcome you aboard. Gift cards and departure schedules available online at cmlf.com.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewis.
The Dots classic hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
The Duck on 107.1, 105.1, and 104.3. The station where you know the words to every song.
Delmarva's Classic Rock. Big 107.7.
Hi, this is Warren Rosenfeld of Rosenfeld's Jewish Deli. Have you been recently to our South Bethany location on Coastal Highway? It has been fully renovated and now has dine-in waitress service, 52 seats inside and another 52 seats on a four-season enclosed porch, plus a full breakfast menu and all of the Rosenfeld's favorites you've come to love these past 11 years. And plenty of meats to freshly slice for you from our extensive deli. So come treat your belly to our deli in South Bethany. We look forward to feeding you soon.
Weather is brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling, the difference makers.
So I want you to know that I'm not taking back the gorgeous weather forecast that we have planned for you for this weekend. We're going to leave you and your summer sunshine alone for this weekend. But next week, I want you to go to your closet by Sunday and pull out your winter coat for next week. You heard me, and I meant every word of what I just said. I'll show you why in a moment. First of all, courtesy of our tunnel and razor camera, we're holding at 74 degrees in Lewis. And as you take a look at our expectations for tonight, we're going to slip into the 60s, but slowly, since we have more than we have cloud cover in place, that'll slow down our temperatures dropping so they don't just fall off a cliff so quickly. Live radar, we're still looking pretty clear for the most part. Now, we have a few clouds here and there, but the surge of winds and moisture coming out of the south helps with slowing down and pumping the brakes on the temperatures not dropping so rapidly. We're still under the influence of a high-pressure system, giving us all the sunshine that we're enjoying at this present time. Right now, it feels like the 70s everywhere. It feels like 78 in Redding. It feels like 75 in Milton right now. 73 is what it feels like in Selbyville, but 65 is what it feels like in Ocean Pines. Now, we are 7 degrees warmer today than we were just yesterday. And we're trending up, and we will continue to do that for this weekend. So much sunshine. Somebody actually asked me, well, what's the UV index? Well, we're at a level of 4 for Thursday, 3 for Friday, and then we'll stay at 4. You got to remember, we're at a different tilt with the earth since it's the fall season instead of the summer, which is why the abundance of sunshine is not so high. Our power walk forecast, listen, at 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 55 degrees before the sun really comes up. Then when the sun comes up, listen, by lunchtime, we're in the 70s and 77 degrees, just in case you're doing a late walk at about 3 o'clock. You see, we have the winds coming out of the southwest. And then as we go into Thursday afternoon, notice that we clock 80, for example, in Long Neck, and 78 in Milton. That's summer-like. Friday, we start off even warmer in the 60s, 61, 60 degrees, a few more clouds. But then we climb right back into the upper 70s once again, 2 days in a row, and Saturday is going to be wonderfully crazy. So you take a look at the beach forecast, for example, we're looking at 75 or 79 for Lewis. For Rehoboth Beach, we're looking at 77 to 75. For Bethany Beach, we're looking at 73 to 75. And in Ocean City, we're expecting 72 to 77. Those are all Thursday and Friday temps. You'll notice everybody's trending up as a result of that. Let's take a quick peek at what's expected. This is our Halloween preview, by the way. Increasing clouds and a shivering 47 degrees next Tuesday. That's the hint. Okay, because I want you to notice something. You see this frontal boundary with this rain? This is going to push on through. And when that front pushes through, the air that's behind it is Arctic with an attitude. But we'll get to that in a moment. Tonight, 52. We're going to be shaking off the chill. For tomorrow, we anticipate 79 and that warming sunshine. Then on Friday, 80 degrees with more sunshine and summer temps. Now, let's take a look at that freezing weather we're talking about. Take a look at your extended forecast. I'm going to switch sides here because I typically don't do this on this side. Here's Halloween. I want you to notice Wednesday. We're looking at 33 degrees and a chance of precipitation. We could actually see some icing on the roads if all that comes together at the same time. Maddie?
Paul, I would say thank you, but I don't appreciate that part. New today, Delmarva Power donated 2,000 smoke alarms to the Maryland State Fire Marshal's office and local fire departments. It was part of Fire Prevention Month. The smoke alarms will be available for those living in counties across Maryland, including Wycomico and Worcester County. Delmarva Power has donated over 48,000 smoke alarms since 1999.
Join us here on Coast TV to watch Sunday Night Football. This Sunday, it's the Chicago Bears versus the Los Angeles Chargers. That coverage starts at 7 p.m. and then right after the game, we're going to have your hyper-local Coast TV news to get you ready for the work week.
We salute Kyle Rager, who serves as the chief engineer at the Milton Fire Department. He joined on May 14, 2007. Beyond his invaluable service to our community, Kyle finds solace and joy in the art of woodwork and cherishes the moments spent with his beloved family. As an adventurer at heart, he also shares a passion for exploring new horizons, favoring the road travel experience by his pickup truck.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group.
It's truck season here at First State Chevrolet in Georgetown, located on Route 113, just 1 mile north of the DMV.
Get interest rates as low as 0% and no payment for 90 days on this 2023 Chevy Silverado.
Save up to $6,500 on this 22 Silverado dump body.
Plus, we have a huge selection of Chevy certified vehicles.
Stop in or find us on the web at firststatechevy.com.
We're First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Find new roads.
Fall in love with Lewis.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
Be wowed by Puzzles and Lewis Gourmet, 30 years serving Lewis. Inspire your brain with jigsaws and more. Eat extraordinary with local and global specialty foods.
Autumn is in bloom here at Floral Inspirations. Come in for a cornucopia of flowers, plants, or gifts from around the world.
Or just come in for the smell of it.
Visit Conversation Piece Jewelers to choose or create the perfect jewelry gift for that special someone this holiday season. Shop local.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewis.
There's a psycho in my head. I'm closer to the edge, making me feel like I'm living in misery. Answer the call, living in front. You're the one born to save.
93.5 The Beach.
Did you know that painting your cabinets actually lowers your home value? Brian, what are my options?
Refacing your cabinets is faster and less expensive than a tear out and completely restyles your kitchen. You get all new doors, drawer fronts, and new hardware. This is the last chance of the year to get half off installation and no payments, no interest for 12 months.
Call today and Paul Davis can be out to your home as soon as tomorrow for down to the penny pricing on your kitchen.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. We are the difference makers.
Sponsored by Ancient Art Stone, where countertops are always a work of art.
In regional news, the city of Salisbury has announced the closure of Camden Street. That's for a sewer project. The street will be closed tomorrow, Thursday, October 26th, beginning at 7 a.m.
In regional news, Dover police are trying to find a person they say carjacked a man at Sam's Club. According to police, it happened Tuesday night around 7 at the Sam's Club on Route 13. Police say a 26-year-old Magnolia man told them two men came up to him in the parking lot, one with a gun. Police say one man stole his car, a 2019 Dodge Charger. The other drove away in a separate car. Police say that the investigation is ongoing.
The Delaware court system will hold a safe surrender event in Dover. The goal is to give those with outstanding warrants a safe time and place to resolve their issues and receive favorable consideration from judges. More than half a dozen judges and courtrooms will be set aside in the Kent County Courthouse. That's Friday, November 3rd. Public defenders, prosecutors, police, and probation officers will all be on hand to help people clear some outstanding warrants, though it is being held in Kent County. This event, though, very important to note, open to anyone in Delaware. Time to take another look at our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how do you pay for parking? So far, if you look at your screen, a majority say apps. That's the adjustment there, not Apple Pay, though maybe you do that too. 27% though still say credit card. I'm with the coins, people. I still have the coins. If you haven't voted yet, you can do that at WRDE.com or our mobile app. And we'll have updated results on CoastTV News at 6.
I don't know where to keep all the change. Maryland State Police are participating in this year's National Drug Take Back Day. On Saturday, October 28th, the state police says people can drop off unused prescription drugs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at all 23 Maryland State Police barracks.
The holiday season will be here before we know it. That means the return of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign. Through generous donations from businesses and individuals, we do our best to make sure every child has a present to open Christmas morning. We do that by supporting nonprofits that handpick families in need. Applications are due October 31st. We'll be right back.
I jumped through time and space to save you.
I'm not giving up. I will make it home. Madison, I can't get over you.
Quantum Leap, tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
You're doing a great job filling in for Iggy.
It's the worst that could happen.
Oh, boy. Tell me you're not live tweeting our death.
Magnum PI, tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Fall in love with Lewis.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
R&L Liquors, your beach destination. Bourbon, spirits, fine wine, seasonal brews, and award-winning On the Rocks bottled, ready-to-drink cocktails are here.
Blooming Boutique with women's clothing for all sizes and shapes. Your destination for resort wear, available year-round, and the perfect gift for any occasion.
On-site coffee roasting and baking, Notting Hill Coffee Roastery Lewis Bake Shop offers espresso, sandwiches, smoothies, pastry, and an abundance of fresh coffee.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewis.
Welcome to Paris, home of French bread, wine, and now the Olympics. And that's how we kick off the games.
So it's a blimp that looks like bread?
No, it's real bread. It's a baguette, actually.
And how does it fly?
Let me see here. Nope.
Doctors, lawyers, teachers, bus drivers, cashiers, librarians, the helpful smile of a helper, a caretaker, a healer, a giver can also hide the deepest suffering. Domestic violence impacts everyone, even our everyday heroes. What is Your Voice is here to help. Call our helpline at 302-467-3310 or visit whatisyourvoice.org.
Coming up new on Coast TV News at 6, the Rehoboth Library is looking to downsize its space at its current location. What do people think about having a smaller library downtown?
On Tuesday, October 24th, 32 new students were inducted into the Junior Optimist Club of Millsboro Middle School. Students who are involved in the club can learn about and practice good citizenship, teamwork, and communication. I love that.
Wow. Now let's communicate some things to you right now. Here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. And we're going to step through this because some folks their eyes bucked when I said something about it becoming that cold for next week. Now, first of all, the good news. Thursday, 79 on Thursday, 80 on Friday, 82 on Saturday, and 78 on Sunday. So for the next 4 days, it's going to be like a summer-like day. Now, Monday will have 74 degrees, but Monday going into Tuesday is when the front pushes through. It's Monday going into Tuesday. We're going to have a 20-degree drop in temperature. That's going to be significant and a shock to your system, okay, for Tuesday, just in time for Halloween. Then for Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, we're going to drop to 33 degrees, possible, and that's just 1 degree away from freezing. And we'll stay in the 30s for Thursday morning as well. Friday, barely above that, but we're going to stay below serve, so to speak, by the time we kick in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. So that means get out and enjoy all of this weekend because this is following close behind it.
And I love the weekend look, so thank you, Paul. And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
I'm gonna have to find my coats. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're gonna see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.